Hey, Scissor Tech here with a World of Warships replay. This is my Shimakaze using the 8-kilometer torpedoes. Some people like to use the 12s on these now since they changed them. And of course you can use the 20-kilometer torpedoes. 20-kilometer torpedoes are about 62 knots, which is still pretty fast, but the 8-kilometer torpedoes are just smoking. They're just smoking fast. They're unavoidable. I got a detection range of 5.9 kilometers, so that puts me well within my torpedo range. And as long as they ain't running any ships with radar or aircraft carriers in the area, then I can pretty much cause a lot of destruction. Now on this map, when I start in this spot, I usually typically like to go to the right side of the mountain over there towards the edge of the map and come around that corner and see what kind of ships are coming in there. If you turn out just right, then you can really catch people unaware. They'll know they're detected, but like I said, these torpedoes are damn near unavoidable. But I always make a run up towards the center just to see what I can see. Get a little couple of spots here for the team. Kind of give me a good sense of who's going where. If you see all their ships kind of heading off towards the center of the map, then sometimes coming around that corner is not the thing to do, and working in the center there off of the cap there is the place to go. But so far it looks like they're kind of undecided. They're still pulling up towards this mountain. They're kind of angled over here to the side that I'm going to, so I'm really feeling good about this. And like I said, there's no aircraft carriers and no ships with radar, so it's really not going to pose too much of a problem. Of course, you know, you always got the German ships that have the crazy ass ASDIC search, so but I still can usually avoid that because that doesn't have the range that radar does, but it sure does last a lot longer. And I'm using my torpedo lead just to see which way these guys are really going, and already seeing some shells coming in, and thinking about firing on this Yamato when all of a sudden I spot all of these guys, and I thought, well, now I'm spotted, so I had to start firing off spreads of torpedoes so that way I can maximize a chance of getting someone hit, but really just could have got myself in a lot more trouble than I did, and I laid smoke and got away with it, so could have been worse. But now I gotta wait a long time for my torpedoes to reload up, and there's a couple hits right there. Back up a little bit and start using my guns, try and get some fires going. Keep these guys off balance a little bit, but I know that they're probably firing torpedoes, and yeah, there they come. But I just happen to be in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead and start using my guns since I did go ahead and laid smoke, so kind of makes me nervous doing this too, because they can see your shells firing, and they will fire on you and try to bust you with blind shots. And believe it or not, sometimes it works. So we'll just keep this pressure up on these guys over here. The Yamato is just either really brave, or he just is unaware. But my torpedoes are about to ready to reload again. It's not the preferred angle that I would like to fire on them, but I'm not going to let them come any closer and get around this corner without paying. And he's going to eat a lot of them, so it's just I'd prefer to have had his side, but that's okay. Now I'll go back on to reload again, and I better get out of here because I know my smoke's dissipating. And yep, there it is. So I should have really gotten out of there a little bit quicker, but Oh well. I got out of there without having to pay too much of a price, so they do give me some, but not as much as they usually do. With that many cruisers and that many ships sitting there with really nothing better to do than to fire at me. I'm surprised they're, well, there are some secondary shots coming in from their secondary guns, but I just got to get back some, get out of sight, go back stealth, and then get my torpedoes back up again. And this guy hasn't learned his lesson from the Yamato, so he's just going to have to learn the same way. Was going to fire on this Mogami, but he's turning out. He's not going to come up through there. He's not crazy. I think what he was wanting to do was fire his torpedoes. This is a real chancy shot that I'm going to take here, but I did notice that my team was outside of my torpedo range. I didn't feel like that they were pushing forward any, so I went ahead and fired one at him. And then I noticed this North Carolina is getting a little bit close too, so I decided, well, I better go ahead and get him, but I got just a little bit too close and he spotted me. Plus I knew he was going to have to turn back in because he's running over there to the border, so I just fired some to the front, some to the back, whichever way he would turn. And then I run up against the line, which is a new mistake. So, but my smoke is about back up, and we're really. I need to really do all I can do anyway, because this game's going to end quick because we have all 3 caps. But he's flooding that. I have some more torpedoes that are going to be about up again. I try not to fire these things, all 3 sets at once because of situations like this. And usually if you fire 2 sets and then save 1, usually the other guys, they just can't tell whether you fired all 3 sets or not. So I'm back up. Give him some more. Nah, he's kind of oblivious to what's going on, but he is not now. It's just, like I said, it's too fast. It can't react. His rudder will not shift fast enough to avoid that. But that's the game. And, of course, anytime I do over 100,000 damage in a Shimakaze, I'm happy. I did 160,000, 364,000 silver, 4,491 experience. Pretty nice game, but it just shows you what you can do with them 8-kilometer torpedoes. I've noticed that most people use the 12s, but I prefer them 8s. I use the 12s every once in a while. I use the 20s every once in a while, but a little bit of mixes and differences in, of course, your distance, your speed, your damage, and your reload time is just a little different on each one of them. But none of it's a deal closer for any of them, so you could use any of them. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.